is up, comic fans? Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Great, guys. How's it going?
Always good. Always good. So tonight we got Gio in the house. What's up, Gio?
Doing good. Doing good. Been a nice, productive week. Nice, relaxing evening. The weather's getting colder. Ready to get cozy here. Got my my beverage of choice and some fine company.
Ooh.
Nice.
He's talking about me.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I mean,
Clearly.
it used to be you, but let's just be real. M. Scott Russell, he's got a lot more going on right now.
I know. It's all about the beard.
Yeah,
All about the beard. He'll come back. He'll come back.
Yeah, in about what, 6-7 months? Right?
Right around there. Right around there. Just order that stuff that you see on the ads on Facebook. Make it come in a little bit quicker.
yeah. It's brushed it in. It's great.
Like spray paint stuff? Have you seen that?
Dude,
But
I
yeah,
tried.
the powdered stuff you can kind of like sprinkle on top, cover those bald spots.
Yeah, just powder my face with it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Works perfectly.
I mean, honestly, you would think it reeks of desperation, but people think it's great. So, who am I to argue with the free market?
You think maybe that's how Jared's able to do it every week? Like
I think-
change up his beard
I think he
every
snorts
single
the stuff. I don't think he actually puts it on normally. He hasn't read the directions, but whatever works for him, I'm not going to judge him.
Just like sprays it on a bandana and then wears that as a mask all day. Let me check with chat real quick here. Rose Kirby from the UK.
Rose.
Good morning.
Howdy.
What's happening today? What's up, Rose?
Hey, Rose.
How you doing? And says I can't type stuff, but I can see the writing. So when replying, use thumbs up. We actually can't because the streaming software that we use, so we'll just do thumbs up like that.
Yay.
Yeah, everybody, yay. Matt Russell's trying to hide out in the comments, even though he's on screen. So let's just embarrass him a little bit for that. We got a Facebook user saying, epic.
The intro is pretty epic that you guys got going on.
I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever
Hey,
put it
Chris.
together,
There's
they
like
might know
4
something.
versions that have your book in it, too. Have you noticed that? I didn't notice that until
I thought
today.
it was the same loop each time. I didn't realize.
No, we use like different comics and stuff, but I don't know. Somehow yours just snuck into like 4 different ones. Well, one of them is a Dreamkeepers only one, though. So that's a
That's
given.
kind of a given. Yeah.
But yeah, let's see here. Chris on Twitch says, "Oi, are they? We.
Oh, hey.
Chris is French.
Yeah, I just went.
International community here.
And the Facebook user says sassafras. I think
That's a word I haven't heard in a while.
I think that's good.
Sassafras.
We got Dreamkeepers on Periscope saying, "Yeah, Geo on the spotlight."
Who let this guy in? Please. This is a
We'll let
live
anybody in here.
advertisement.
It's that kind of party tonight. Rose says, you don't need to do anything because you're speaking. All right, Rose. Well, remind me later because we convinced Geo to wear tassels during the stream. So if you can't see it, M. Scott Russell will go ahead and explain everything to you. He will be our Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
of the evening.
If
Can you do
only
a
I
Morgan
had the
Freeman
voice for
voice?
it. No, I can't.
I don't even know how we got to this point, but apparently this is my life now. And yeah.
You're the one that agreed to come here, Gio. Okay.
Look, I had people send me fan art with tassels in the last few days because of you. And I don't know what to say other than that happened and that's real. And
That's fantastic.
actually, it was pretty cool. But
That's a new high for us, I think.
yeah, what are you gonna do?
Goal achieved.
Amy Fraser says, howdy, gents. What's up, Amy?
Hey,
Hey,
Amy.
Amy.
And let's see. We got a Facebook user saying, so how many commissions have you collectively done so far? Is that to everyone or just Geo?
Well, as far as me, I'm actually a writer. I just slap a keyboard until words come out. I am not an artist. So I'm a person who throws money at artists to give me commissions. And I've bought quite a few over the years, but geez. Well, the whole wall in front of me, which you guys can't see because the webcam's looking the other way, it's all original art that I've gotten from different people. And honestly, one thing that just blew me away is the art that like the community creates, like even like without even asking for it. It's like all of a sudden I see characters on the internet. It's like, wait, I know that character. That's my character. That's really cool. What the heck? Like someone read my stuff? That's awesome.
I've seen a lot of that in the Discord.
Yeah.
For CouchCon. There is a lot of that.
There's so many talented people out there, man. Tip of the cap to them.
That is very cool. What about you? I'm Scott Russell. How many commissions have you done at this point?
Not a whole lot.
Really?
Nobody really wants to buy my art. I'm more of the writer, and I'll do a picture, and everybody's like, "Yeah, you're a good writer." Thanks.
Like how everybody tells me, "Oh, I watched your podcast. Your voice is really nice." I'm like,
Yeah.
what about my face, dude? Chris Braun says, as a French, I totally know what a tassel is. Why is that in quotes? Is the tassel not its actual name? Have we been calling this the wrong thing the entire time?
All my life.
Boy, that really ruined 7th grade. I tell you what.
I just pictured you as a 7th grader with a wad of ones. Like, I want to see some tassels.
Would have been like dimes and nickels at that point.
Make it hail. Make it hail.
Make it hail.
You will get kicked out of.
Aren't as enthusiastic about you throwing $2 worth of nickels at them,
dude. Especially as an adult, you will get booted out real fast.
People just lose their sense of wonder too early. I don't understand why.
I thought it was fine. They sparkle through the air. I thought it was just fitting, but. Security says no.
Oh.
Sir, we've warned you multiple times, and I'm afraid you're no longer welcome on the premises.
I know. I get kicked out of every buffet. I tell you what.
I thought this was America.
I thought this was America. I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Oh, so okay. Chris doesn't know what a tassel is in English. Is there an easy reference?
There's only one way.
No.
I'm Scott Russell. Why don't you show him? Show Chris.
All right, here we go.
Don't show Chris. Don't show Chris. Let me cut camera. Hold on. He completely called my bluff.
Dodged the bullet on that one. All right.
Oh, weird. What is this I've got pulled up on my screen? Oh, look, it's a book.
Oh, yes. The
tassels?
reason we're here tonight.
That was a smooth segue. Okay,
I didn't even. That was seamless.
I'm getting good at these. I am getting good at these.
So,
all right.
Can
I
you
gotta ask
start
you
us off
something.
by telling us a little bit about the book?
No, I want to ask questions.
Oh,
I get to
okay,
fangirl.
My bad.
That was the deal. Fridays come, I get to fangirl. All right, you get the whole rest of the week.
I thought that was just last
one
week.
thing, please.
All right, Gio. So how did this come about originally?
Oh,
we know the story about David finding it and all that stuff, but originally, how did you come up with the idea? Because if I'm not mistaken, this essentially started as kind of your version of fan fiction, right?
Yeah. So, I don't like to use the word fan fiction because when I think of fan fiction, I think of it's like I don't know, Star Trek, right? It's like I'm now going to write a story with Captain Picard and Data, and they're all going to go on this own new adventure that I wrote for them, right? I think of fan fiction as using the same characters of a universe and then making a new story for them. So my work, the long story, since we're here, we got plenty of time.
Let's go.
Back in, I think it was 2010, so 10 years ago, maybe even earlier, 09, 010. I was cruising on webcomics, as people did, back in the day. And I was on this webcomic called Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal, which is a great comedy. And there were banner ads on the side of the comic for other comics. And there were two banner ads directly on top of one another, kind of long format banner ads. And one of them was like for some sort of space saga thing. And the other one directly beneath it was like this cat girl with like magical powers. But there was no border between the ads. And I thought it was like a space magical cat girl thing, like combined into one. And I'm like, wow, I love space. And I mean, magical cat girls also sound cool. And I clicked on the cat girl banner ad, which was the ad for Dreamkeepers, the comic universe.
Okay.
And I was like, wait, this totally isn't space at all. But the website allowed me to see the comic, and I'm like, wow, this is actually really, really beautiful. And this was even before the comic was available to read for free. You had to basically buy the digital version of the comic to read it. But I saw enough of the sample pages where I'm like, oh, wow, this is like really cool. I'm going to give it a shot. And I read the comic, which was the first 2 volumes at the time. And it was so, it was amazing. Like the universe had so much depth to it. And I was inspired by it. You know, it's like, you know, it was so fresh and so new and so vivid that I was like, man, what if I had a character that lived in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that question is like, what if I had a character that lived in this world? That question was the start, the nucleus of the story. Back at that time, before we had, you know, Discord and Telegram and all these like chat room type things, I was on forums. I joined the forums for the Dreamkeepers community. There were some artists there, and I'm like, man, you know, I'm thinking about this character idea that would live in this world. One of the artists is like, yeah, give me your ideas. I'll sketch them out for you. That's great. So I actually worked with this artist, and she helped design Hal, who ended up being the protagonist of Wayward Astronomer. And once he had like visual life, my mind started getting all these ideas like, who is he? What's his job? Like, what's his background? Like, what does he do with his life? And I started writing Wayward Astronomer without even really trying to write a book from the beginning. You know, at first I was really just trying to like play with a character. It's like, oh yeah, who is this guy? Where does he live? Where does he work? What's going on? And then, you know, so I write the first chapter. And that's sort of like the introduction to Hal as a character. But there's a call to action in that first chapter where it's like a meteorite crashes nearby and he wants to go find it. And then I was like, okay, well, what would he do next? So I write chapter 2, and he goes and looks for the meteor. And then some stuff happens. It's like, okay, well, what would he do next? And you know, pretty you know, slowly but surely over time, it's like, well, what would he do next? What would he do next? And, you know, the snowball starts rolling down the hill a little bit. And what started as sort of a character experiment turned into a full-blown story. And it changed my life in a lot of ways. So
how did it go from that to your Kickstarter? Because that's, from the sounds of it, that's about what, a 4-year difference.
Yeah, 4 years. So, you know, early on, it was not taken very seriously at all. It was just sort of this little creative side project for me. When inspiration struck, I'd work on it. But, you know, I wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm going to go write a book today. And but it slowly got steam. And when I was about halfway through the book, I realized, man, this is turning into a thing. And I messaged David, the creator of Dreamkeepers, because I created a fan group for Dreamkeepers on the website DeviantArt. And I didn't have like a very close relationship with David, but I helped him like run like fan art contests and like other little community things. And I was like, hey, Dave, you know, I just want you to know I've written like 12 chapters now, you know, for this book. And I'd love to know what you think. And he gave me a lot of really good constructive feedback. And I was like, oh, great. Wow. And it kind of like motivated me to keep.
All right. Was David nice about it? Or was he like, this is my baby, and then like tore it apart? I got to know.
No.
He seems too nice. You know what I mean?
He does seem so nice.
So I think what helped avoid the tearing it down, you know, possibility is none of the normal canonical characters of the Dreamkeepers comic are actually really featured in the book. It's almost like if you have, you know, the Star Wars universe with Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, and then someone writes a story about a bunch of rebel soldiers that no one's heard about, but they still exist in the same world as everything else that's happening. But I did not specifically grab one of Dave's characters, place him into my story, and then make him do things. It was more like a parallel, you know, side stream.
So what you're saying is that David isn't Disney, because I'm pretty sure Disney would sue. I'm pretty sure they've themselves
Well,
already done Rebel
Disney on Disney Plus right now. Dreamkeeper season 2. They've got Baby Mace. It's fantastic. It's really good.
So I don't know about you guys, but I think we need to take a quick break because there might be something we got to do, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
A little bit of a giveaway.
Giveaway.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. So,
let's do it. What do we got? What are we giving away to the people today?
Let's do something fun. Okay. There's two main. We'll do a trivia.
Okay.
Let's start out big with a shirt.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do. No. Let's not start out with a shirt. Let's hold the shirt. Let me be a jerk like that. Let's start out with a poster.
He's being a jerk like that.
Yeah, we'll start out with a couple of posters. We'll start out little swag bags. And we'll throw out a bunch of swag packs here. We're going to do a lot of giveaways tonight. Swag.
Oh, yeah.
Just so everybody's aware. We're going to have some fun tonight because it's Geo, and Geo lets us have fun. So we're going to take full advantage of this opportunity.
I will allow it this time.
So real quick from chat, though. Rose says, I know what you said. There's not many pictures, but how many is there? I look at pictures. Yes. Rose, I believe it's the beginning of every chapter. The intro's also got a pretty cool little breakdown image.
Yeah, so there's 25 full-page illustrations for each chapter. Yeah. There's a half-page illustration for the start of each chapter. And then at the beginning and end of the book, there's some like intro universe type full-page images that give you more, flavor on the world at large. So maybe 30-ish full-page pictures plus chapter headings.
Well, it looks like we lost Matt. Perfect time to do a giveaway because he can't get
finally.
All right.
Chance.
We got let's do a trivia. We got two main characters inside of Wayward Astronomer. Geo, you have already mentioned Hal. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do this. Who can name the second main character? Because even I know this one.
Oh shoot, he's back. Everyone, be normal.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Sorry about that, guys. I clicked the wrong button.
No, we totally.
Damn, that was quick.
We're just chatting about things. It's all good.
That was too easy, I guess. Okay, Vath got it. Let's see.
You gotta up the difficulty, man. Vath is on top of things.
We're definitely gonna have to. And Vath, I already have your address, so congratulations. All right, Vath got it. Dreamkeeper says Hal 2.0.
Good job.
That's
dude. Spoilers for the sequel. Come on. Now it's gonna have to be Hal 3.0 or something. I'll have to invent something about how 2.0 is like lost in some parallel dimension for a crossover later.
Maybe Hal 2.0 was guiding the rocket, or guiding the meteor. People don't know.
You never know.
People don't know. Vath says, if I could find the book, I'd finish it. What?
Vath?
That's not okay.
That's not okay.
It's not okay at all.
Well, CryptoComics does have the Wayward Astronomer.
Oh, snap. It's right there.
All the chapters right there. You don't even need your physical book, even though you lost it, and I'm really sad now.
Looks so good.
Don't make
You can also pick it up on Amazon, and what's really cool is that I was noticing today that you're at 4.5 stars on your reviews on Amazon.
5 stars.
Is it at 5?
Well, actually, let's see if I got some bad reviews recently. But
no, I gotta look. Hold on. I don't know. I was researching a lot. Hold on.
Oh, man, I can't believe this. They lost it 7 times.
Oh, no. Nope. 5 stars right now. 76 ratings.
Oh, yeah, dude. That is killing it.
Oh, yeah.
So good for Amazon.
Well, I mean, credit to the people who decided to review my book. I thankfully 3 stars is the lowest score I've gotten, which is just a couple people. But most people really liked it, so I'm very happy.
Those people don't realize that you know people.
Well, so one weird thing is so I launched the book. This was back in 2017. I went to Book Expo in Manhattan, in New York City. I was launching my book there, and there was this one of the guys who gave me a 3-star review. I met him in person, and he's like, "Hey, I'm a professional reviewer. I'm on Amazon, and can you give me a copy of your book?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, great. Here's a book. I'd love to get your feedback." And half of his review was like, I thought this was going to be about aliens in space, and it wasn't. So I'm really sad about that.
Was your original cover perhaps the banner ad that you were mentioning earlier?
Well, it's the same as CryptoComics, and like I spoke with him for like 30 minutes. I thought he had a pretty good understanding of the general premise of the story. And I was like, at the time, I was really pissed because like that was like the first review for my book, which is like, I thought there would be space aliens. Blah. And it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm behind the 8 ball now. And, but, you know, to give the readers credit, you know, a lot of people took a chance on the book as an unknown, unpublished author. You know, my first ever book, they left tremendous feedback and, you know, some constructive criticism as well, which I think is very fair. But, you know, the book was such an emotional journey for me to get from beginning to end. When I hear other readers kind of like share their story about how they felt when they got through it all, it's such a powerful feeling as an author and a creator. It's hard to describe, but it's very powerful.
Well, and you're very humble about it too, which is fantastic. Because I wouldn't be. You know what I mean? I'd walk in a room and it'd make an announcement. I'd be like, you know who I am? I'm the dude that brought you Wayward Astronomer. Get away from the buffet.
I gotta tell you, Gio, he did a few, you know, pictures for us, and all of a sudden he's got his own theme music that he plays on his phone when he walks in the room. We're like, dude, seriously.
It's all about branding yourself. I learned that from you, Gio. Chris Bronze was answering the question that was previously put in chat by Vath, asking what she had won. Yes, you've won a picture, but I like Chris's idea too. A poster of Gio's face and
we'll monetize this, man. Sure,
let's go
for it. Let's do it.
If you don't mind, real quick though, Gio, you have a framed copy of that poster behind you.
I do actually.
Yeah, so we can show it.
So the posters we have, there's actually 2 designs, but this is the raw cover art without the title graphics in the way. And it is a 24-inch by 36-inch, so 2 foot by 3 foot poster. And in a frame, it is gigantic and really hard to hold.
It's a thick boy.
Yeah.
It's a thick boy.
And credit to David Lilly, who made the art for the book. He left nothing on the table. He put so much effort into everything and gave it so much life. I'm very, very grateful for
Minxie says, should we all be so lucky someday about the Gio's face? You know, I'm just going to start like randomly throwing in A10 photos of your face.
I mean,
just Photoshop it so you're like...
We have to give the public what they want. Let's rebrand CryptoComics. You know, it's not CryptoComics anymore. It's
just GeoComics.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let Joe know. He might be a little upset. You know, put a lot
just
of
show
money
him the
for
new
that
logo
register.
with, you know, lose the coin, put his face. We're good.
Yeah, we can do that. We can make that. I think we can make this work. I'm gonna hide that as an Easter egg somewhere. Actually, no, I'm not. You know what? We're gonna make that into a badge. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so hold on. We're going to do this right now. You guys are laughing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn Gio's face. Yep, do whatever facial expression you want to do right now, Gio. This is your chance. There it is. There it is.
No, don't do that one.
Oh, don't do that one.
Bad.
Okay.
That's really bad.
Okay, go again. Go again. I'm taking a screenshot of it, so give me a second here. All right. Okay, now I'm going to need... Matt, you got to run the stream for me for a minute so that I can...
Is this really turning into a thing now?
Oh, this is turning into a thing.
Yes, never underestimate the power of me with weird-ass ideas. I will have fun with it.
Well...
I have to give credit to Rearmed Dreamer here. He shared art on Twitter a few days ago. He read my book. He made absolutely beautiful art of Hal and Mary, the protagonists of the book, that honestly made me cry a little bit when I saw it.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. Credit to Rearmed. He's a great artist, and that was very touching. Very, very touching.
Well, that's cool. We'll have to check that out.
Oh, I mean, I can go find it, or I don't know if he can post it or whatever, but it's really beautiful. Beautiful pencil original art. So
okay.
Yeah.
We also got a question from Dominic here. Says, how do you get over the fear of putting your work out there for people to
Oh,
see?
that's a good question.
Good job, Dominic.
Yeah, that's a good question. So when I was originally writing Wayward, before I really thought it was going to be a book, I actually posted each chapter to my DeviantArt account as a chapter. And, I wasn't getting like millions of views or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would actually get a couple comments, and they were very positive. And I remember specifically, I was like, a couple chapters in, wasn't really sure. It's like, okay, I'm just playing with this character. Is this turning into a thing or not? I'm not really sure. But I had a couple people that gave me really positive encouragement saying, I want to know what happens next. And that really, seriously, I remember I was like chapter 7, this reader from like Sweden posted this comment like, wow, like I'm really liking what's going on so far. I really want to see what happens next. And that was kind of like the moment where I realized like, oh, wow, people actually care about this. And actually this is a thing that's real and important. And I think from that point on, it went from being kind of my own personal little just playing around with things to, we need to take this seriously. Let's see where the story goes. This story deserves to move forward.
So did that add like extra pressure or?
A little bit, but honestly, so the weird thing about Wayward is like, some people, they go write a story, they outline everything first. Like, okay, act 1 is going to be this, act 2 is going to be this, act 3 is going to be this, beginning, middle, and end, different little, things throughout. Whereas I started at the beginning with very little preconceived understanding of where the ending would be. I had like some vague ideas about kind of the mood of it all, but the way I like to put it is some people construct a story where you build the scaffolding and then you lay all the other parts around it and, build it out. Whereas I grew the story. I started with a seed of an idea and then allowed it to kind of like organically over time, maybe a little bit too much time, but over a couple of years actually grow and become what it ended up being. And while the uncertainty of that is difficult to deal with because I didn't actually know what was going to happen next, I think because of that, it helped maintain a level of realism throughout where there wasn't like a forced set of circumstances that happened to the characters. It was more like a natural progression of events because that's how I thought about it. And I didn't have a connect the dots kind of story where all I'm doing is drawing the lines between the dots. It's more like, what's the next dot going to be? I don't know. Let's find out.
That's cool. Huh. That is way cool.
So, why do you sound like Dave right now?
Is my voice like Dave?
I don't know.
Is that what I sound like?
I didn't think so, but
you've heard my voice plenty of times. Like, I'm not. Do I need to get a hat or something? Like,
jeez, the hat doesn't change his voice, though.
Well, that's what you think.
Yeah, come on, Fry. Which one of us do you think knows Dave better?
You ever notice how Dave and I aren't ever talking at the same time?
You ever noticed how we're never in the same room?
Huh. Well, speaking of which, so this is slightly embarrassing, but would everyone take a second to introduce themselves?
No.
Gio, why don't you go first?
Sure. So, I'm Jeffrey Thomas, though my online and in real life nickname is Gio. I am the author of The Wayward Astronomer, which is an illustrated fictional novel set within the Dreamkeepers universe.
Damn, you're good at that.
Fry?
All right. I am Fry. I also like to party. That's really all. That's it.
Okay.
That's about as important as I am.
I have to put up with this guy up here all the time, so that's my claim to fame.
Really? You're not going to say
tolerance.
anything about CryptoComics? Come on, man.
Yeah. What?
I mean, I guess I can go plug your whole thing, but I mean, I'm a volunteer worker. You're not paying me, so you know.
I think Matt can do it. I think Matt's got it under control.
Well, we're here at CryptoComics. You know, right now we're doing the spotlight with this amazing creator, Geo, and
handsome as all hell too.
And it looks like something else is now on the way.
Did we just? Oh my God! As Geo says, they're never in the same place twice, but that might be a lie.
What? David is here, or
still not in the
David.
same? Yeah.
Things.
I'm not sure what's going on with that picture.
Oop. That's the camera looking down at Dave's little.
Minxie Doodle is giving me a hard time for saying that I like to party. I am Fry. I am
hey everybody,
director of CryptoComics.
Hey Dave, how's it going, man?
I decided to crash because I heard there was a rumor that you were impersonating my voice, and I wanted to establish that there's a real David Lilly out there, not just this guy named Geo.
so he only shows his hands.
You can't see my hands. I'm drawing
exactly.
I've got another camera set up right over
here.
This
is exactly how it would work if you guys were the same
person. No, not at all. After all, ventriloquists probably don't exist in reality, so how could I be also talking while you don't see my lips moving? Do I need to drink a glass of water to convince you?
Rearmed Dreamer says, will the real Dave please stand up?
Thanks for letting me crash, guys. Geo, you're awesome. Your book is extremely impressive and 5 stars for a good reason. And I'm glad I get to visit and say hi during your spotlight. So don't let me hog it, but if I can contribute to anything, let me know. I'd be happy to.
Oh, it's great to have you here, Dave.
Oh yeah, always great to have you.
I don't even know who invited this guy. I'll be honest.
Honestly, you know, I imagine links once they're on the internet, anyone can get them. Yeah, people are just.
I know. Well, I kind of feel like maybe David was like, Geo's getting all the spotlight again.
Doesn't he know I've got an Indiegogo campaign going on right now?
No.
Yeah. I see anyone else getting attention, and this raging fury just bubbles up inside me, and I have to rush out and make sure it's like, no, it's not about him. He just wrote the book.
Oh man, dude, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate that. It's always fun. I mean, both of you guys, we always have a good time when you guys.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was It was an honor having Geo write that book to begin with, because it's so good and authentic, and just having someone put themselves into a fantasy world like that I'm working in. It's just, I don't know. It was very flattering, and then probably more importantly than that, the book was just fun to read. It was a really, really good adventure, and now people are enjoying it, hopefully forever. So that's cool.
So
they're going to enjoy it forever.
I think the moment when I was like, oh yeah, this is totally a real book is. So I finished writing the book. You know, I wrote all the chapters. This was before it was like edited and turned into like the final manuscript. But, you know, I sent it back over to Dave, said, hey, I finished the book. Like, what do you think? And a few days later, or maybe a week later, Dave emailed me back. And the first sentence is, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. This is amazing. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Cool. Like, that's great.
See, it's such a missed opportunity, David. You could have just sent an email just saying no. And then,
we're not currently accepting submissions at this time. Thank you for your interest. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah.
Although, like, it sounds like cruel and mean, but to be blunt, like if I do get a submission and I do decide, okay, we're not going to go with this. Like, if it's not good in some way, like I'll try to be nice about it, but I will tell the person what the deficiency might be, because it's like, well, if they're going to get better, I have to be honest with them and not just give them like some blandishment. It's like, I feel like I need to respect submissions enough to tell them the truth about what I think, you know, and sometimes someone needs to work on an element. And so I'll tell them that. And some people don't take it well. Some people do, but it's like, well, that's, I don't know. I feel like if people do apply you gotta be straight with them, otherwise it doesn't help them grow. And yeah, but fortunately with Geo, all I had to say was holy shit a bunch of times.
I mean, that's some interesting feedback though when you think about it.
Oh yeah.
I've seen how much you guys actually get from, from your fans. And maybe this was a different time, so it wasn't quite so prevalent, but yeah. And the thing is that, like we were saying earlier, even Wayward Astronomer gets its own now at this point. I mean, it's pretty damn impressive, really.
Yeah,
very much so.
I think the reason for that too is because his characters are so distinctive. Like, it's not just like he looked at the Dreamkeepers comics and then was like, "Oh, I can make a character that's just like Mace. We'll call him Base."
Base, yeah. Just recolor everything into alternate, colors, and then rename things, and yeah.
So he really had his own characters with their own personalities, and like for a novel, they had their own quite distinct visual look, which I think added a lot to it because it really let people imagine it better. So there's some it was just its own unique thing going on. It was really cool.
Well, and that actually was like the universe really helped enable a lot of things. Like if I was writing with human characters, I could write the same exact story with human characters, but I wouldn't be able to have the same like necessarily visual distinction between them. I might have to work a little bit harder to like make them all individuals. But when you have that visual flexibility, you don't have to like force the issue as much, and they can be who they are without it's like, oh, well, this guy's a 35-year-old white guy, and then this girl is a 27-year-old Arab girl, and then this guy is, where it's like there's like this whole new dimension that you can explore, and that adds to the character's uniqueness. And that's what I really felt like. Actually, I never really was into, I guess you would call, furry comics or furry culture or whatever, where you have anthropomorphic animal characters, until I discovered Dreamkeepers. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And I realized it's such a great creative axis to work on. And actually, some of the critiques I've gotten from my book is that it's like, yeah, it was a good book, but it just wasn't furry enough.
I say that every time I go to Olive Garden.
You're supposed to run around going, rah, 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 I'm a dinosaur. Blah, and like eat a chicken or something. Like, what does that mean? No, he's a person with his own like individual circumstances and insecurities and drives, and he's going to act on those like a person and just be a person. And like, yeah, he's a velociraptor based kind of creature, but like that's not the point. The point is he's Hal, and he's trying to like solve this big problem, and find his friend and save the world, and it's
Well, those guys don't seem very cool.
Well, I think
I don't think you'd have a fun time hanging out with them.
I think you ran into something too, which is smart, which is you can take critique, and sometimes critique can help you achieve what you want a little more accurately. I think of it as trying to hit a target with an arrow. Like you are the one that decides what target do I want to hit, and then critique that helps you hit that target more accurately. It's like, that's helpful. But then if you get someone coming up to you and being like, hey, would you hit a totally different target? It's like, well, no, that's not what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like so it's like you understand that you're not going to make every single reader happy, because not everything is for everybody, and instead you just went for realizing the vision that you had to its utmost. And I think that's when you get stuff that's truly unique.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Minxie Doodle just says, I really do love hearing these behind the scenes things when it comes to these projects. It's just so nice to see people enjoying their work and succeeding in what they love.
Oh, thank you so much.
So
Minxie
David,
Doodle's an awesome artist too, just saying.
Really? I actually got a question for you, David.
Oh, we didn't even notice that. We were just reading the book.
What's your favorite part? No spoilers, but what's your favorite part of the book?
I think the part that resonates with me the most is when he's sort of in the he's the captive of his brother Marcus. And I'll try not to spoil too much stuff for people that haven't read it, but just having Marcus and his psychotic girlfriend, well, she's not totally psychotic, but having them articulate to Hal, like, no, listen, this is what we're trying to do. This is a good thing. Like, there's so much injustice in the city. Like, what we have to stand against it. And I mean, you might not like how we're doing it, but I mean, this is the way that it's going to be effective. Because I like that, because to me, that took Marcus from being like a Saturday morning, like, ha ha ha, now you're tied up on the railroad tracks. Ho ho, you know, it took him from being a cartoon villain and it turned him into a character where it's like, yeah, this is the right thing to do. It's debatable, and it's going to put him in irreconcilable conflict with his brother. And how is that going to pan out? Because I like it when you get villains where they're following their own ethics and their own philosophy where it takes them, and they're doing it in a way that's actually kind of fearless, and you can almost look up to them, even though it takes the story in a really like dark and brutal direction. And that was, to me, is when it really started to get interesting, was when it really started to dig its teeth into me further.
Huh. So, Gio, what was going on in your mind when you were writing that part?
Oh boy, Marcus is probably my favorite character. So I wasn't, like I said before, I didn't like explicitly plan out everything. I kind of had an intuition about things, and I let that intuition guide me. And, you know, the story opens where Hal is, so there's a very traumatic event that happens to both Hal and his brother before the book begins, basically. And they both react to that traumatic event very differently. And they become estranged because of it. And then they're reconnected later in the book, and they have to confront each other. And Hal and Marcus, in some sense, are both equal parts of me. I wasn't like explicitly trying to like make them like, oh, this is my blah side and this is my blah side. But like looking back, and I realized, like, you know, Hal is very curious about the world. He wants to understand it and learn about it and discover it. But he's maybe a little bit hesitant to confront things he doesn't want to confront. Whereas Marcus is all about like, man, this world totally messed up. I have to confront it. I have to fix it. I have to make it better because I can't stand the way things are right now, and it's destroying me. And both of those viewpoints have their flaws. But then they're brought together, and they have to like figure out how the hell are we even like existing together in the same place at the same time. And I won't say that, you know, Hal's not the hero or Marcus isn't necessarily the antagonist, but they both play equally powerful roles, and they're both equally powerful parts of what I think who I am and what life is, right? Like you need to be able to sometimes be Hal, or you need to sometimes be Marcus, depending on your situation. And looking back after the fact, I realized how much of my own kind of like life was put into those characters.
Very cool.
So what he's saying is, don't mess with him.
Yeah,
yeah, really.
Kind of what I'm hearing.
No, I mean, I think storytelling, I got such a better appreciation for storytelling after actually writing a story, because I didn't know what I was trying to discover by writing a story, but finishing it and then reading it and then putting it into context, I'm like, holy crap. Like, I have learned so much about myself from this. And it's just a fantasy tale. Like, it's all fictional characters. Like, none of this is real. But at the same time, it is real in some sense. And, like, even the minor characters, you know, like, they all play their own particular role that's important in life. And I can see it in myself. I can see it in other people. And it makes it more concrete and more impactful. And I think that's so important for storytelling. It's like, you can't have the mustachioed villain and the woman on the train tracks and like, after the train runs her over, I'm going to go drown 17,000 puppies.
Well, thanks, man. You just totally ruined chapter 1 of my book.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that your weekend plans, Fry? Like,
I don't get out much, okay, guys?
Look, I mean, I don't even know where you get all the puppies, man. That's just a logistical feat, you know. But, you know, why do people love stories? Because they have an element of realism that we can enjoy and kind of encapsulate and understand in our own lives. And it's like placed into this kind of theater and this guise of entertainment, but a truly memorable story has kind of like this core of truth to it that you understand even without being able to articulate it necessarily. And after going through the process myself as a creator and not just a reader, I was able to understand it a lot more deeper. And I have an immense appreciation for creators and readers alike out there, because those sorts of things are more important than mere entertainment. You can actually learn a lot from a really good book or a really good movie or even a really good musical album, like that can really teach you a lot more than you think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ranting. You guys can just do whatever you want.
No, well said.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Honestly, I couldn't agree more. I'm just busy making a batch.
My favorite part, no spoilers, is when someone does.
He's gonna spoil it. I don't even know why you say no
impacts
spoilers.
a thing later on. Truly amazing. I'm so lost. Okay. Moving on. All right. So
Someone explain this comment. Someone explain this comment. All right. So, Gio, I just want to ask, how familiar are you with different cryptocurrencies?
Well, so like kind of the top 5, I guess I'm familiar with. I've got a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Ether, a little bit of XRP, some Stellar.
Ooh, dang.
So, I'm moderately familiar. If you said, hey, have you ever heard about DRK, the new Dreamkeepers coin that you can buy that gives you access to unique chapters later on? I'm like, no, I totally haven't heard about that. And I also don't have a bunch of it in a wallet right now. Why do you ask, IRS?
All right, enough said. Well, have you ever heard of Dogecoin?
Oh, I have heard of it. Yes, yeah.
So my first idea here was to essentially just turn you into your own version of a Dogecoin.
Oh,
for your badge. And I felt like this would work.
Oh, that's
now,
good. That's really good.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to use that right now.
Oh, that would be good.
We may need to save that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with this one.
Oh my God.
GeoCoin instead.
That looks good, actually.
Oh, that's great.
So,
GeoCoin. That's got a nice ring to it.
Oh my God.
I mean, I feel like it works, right? No?
Oh,
that's
great.
great.
Just trying to get this put into the system right now. So give me just a little bit and we'll get this all ready to go. Then we can award it.
So we can.
Gio, did you ever imagine your writing journey?
Game right now, it's like, oh yeah, you can totally do free to play and it's great. But hey, if you want the next upgrade, just buy some GeoCoins and we'll amp you up right away. Instant feedback, instant serotonin boost right there.
So when you started your writing journey, is this why you did it? Were you just trying to get your face on the dollar bill?
Finally, my master plan is coming to fruition. Years and years of planning the game within the game.
I don't know. I feel like the GeoCoin could catch on.
I feel like I need one of these, like physically.
Mixie Doodle says the global currency arises.
It's missing something. I don't know. I'm still trying to play with it a little bit, but we'll get this all figured out. Maybe some circuit board. I think maybe that's what That's what we need. We need to get some circuit board into this thing here. Let's man, you are handsome, Gio. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Oh, that's you may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
I couldn't agree more. And I purposely like cut your eyes and everything out just because I need that shadow to work just perfectly here.
That's because you're a professional, Fry, and you know what you're doing.
Right. Well, I just screwed it up somehow.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. You're a professional, M. Scott Russell, and you know what you're doing.
Oh boy.
See here.
It might be worth nothing now, but just wait until the boom.
Yep.
If you were an early adopter.
You heard it here first, guys. An ICO coming soon.
Totally not a tax dodge. Totally legitimate.
All rights reserved.
Oh,
Is that why
work?
Is that why they call it Dogecoin?
Yep. That was a total joke, honestly.
It was a total joke that ended up being kind of like, I don't know how many millions of dollars in market cap, but it was like number 20 or 15 or whatever. It's like a lot of people put money into that.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave, I know you're like all on this whole Indiegogo thing and like raising like real money to like make comics, but
Which is creepy.
this is the future. You need to embrace it.
Geocoin.
Well, that's what I'm putting. That's what I'm dumping all the proceeds into is Geocoin because I know it's going to pick off.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. You don't even have to do that, Dave. You just make sure that I get in on the very top tier that sold out within 5 seconds of that thing, and we're just going to go ahead and hook you up with some Geocoin for it.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I know typically people say, "Oh, don't invest unless you understand an asset and you can afford to lose that amount." But it's like I feel like that doesn't apply to something that's guaranteed to only rise in value.
Yeah, it only goes up. That's just math. That's just how math works.
It's called addition.
It's called.
I mean, not only that. I mean, I've seen them selling like Trump coins. I've seen them selling all sorts of stuff like on late night television. And I feel like this would just fit right in.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. QVC network. And now, if you call in the next 10 minutes.
How do we get this on QVC? How do we do that? Do we got to go on Shark Tank? Is that it?
Oh, boy. I love this. I love it. So Mixie says, when people say, I wish I could be part of a historical event, they don't mean COVID. They mean Geocoin.
2020, that's when the global economy changed. These fiat currencies disappeared and Geo became the truth.
This is the inflection point. It's been a rough year, but this is the point where it all turns around.
Oh, we are even being asked for a 3D printed version. Can we get a 3D printed coin?
I would pay
to add to the swag.
Can we, M. Scott Russell?
If you want to make the file, I will print
Oh,
that
sure.
out.
I got to make the print file.
Yeah.
See how it is.
That is just way too detailed for me.
Seeing you guys take a joke and run with it makes me a little scared, to be honest.
You should have been here for the tassels. Oh, man.
We were supposed to be talking about books, but now we're completely reforming the global banking system. So, I guess we'll call that a win.
Well, that's where good stories lead. Takeover of the financial industrial sector.
There we go.
Checkmate, deep state.
Oh, Lord. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Geocoin. So
now we've destroyed every single shred of legitimacy that we currently have. What's next?
Why do you say that?
No, it's not totally. Geocoin is a legitimate asset that will only grow in value. And, as an independent person giving you financial advice, I think you should buy it right now.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what? I think maybe we should do another giveaway, but this time maybe we should just give away GeoCoin.
Oh, I thought it was posters, but we're okay.
We could do posters.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's $1 million right now.
But let's see. I'm just waiting for word back from my developer on this. So let me put this in the chat here.
Is this how CryptoComics started? You guys were just like, shooting the shit one day. You're like, what if, GeoCoin was a thing and people could buy comics? That's a face we can trust.
I feel like it works. Are you saying that you can't trust your own face?
I'm just saying I'm not a audited third party that can give you any financial advice.
So actually, I have a kind of a random question, Gio, in terms of going forward from here. Since for a first novel, that's quite the debut, and I think everyone had such a good time with it, and the characters you made were so memorable. How does that impact you when you decide what you want to write next? Like, do you want to go from those characters and then like do something more with them, or do you want to start from like a totally fresh landing point, or even a totally fresh universe? Like, sort of, where does your mind go when you start thinking about your next project?
That's a great question, Dave. So, in short, Wayward Astronomy. Oh my God. The Wayward Astronomer, which is a book that I wrote, and I'm the author, and I totally know the And Dave and I are totally unique people, and just because he's not talking right now, just that he's me.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
All right. So I just threw this into this chat because I feel like GeoCoin is something that we can't just hoard.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just keep it to ourselves.
God.
So if you guys go to your dashboard on CryptoComics.com right now,
and
enter the coin. Oh my Lord. Enter the badge code GeoCoin.
All one word.
All one word. You are going to get your very own GeoCoin attached to your profile. And where does it get even cooler than that? I mean, because a lot of people could argue that it doesn't get any cooler than free GeoCoin. But if you hover it, you're going to find out that this is only going to go up. It's just addition.
Oh, I just got mine. This is hilarious.
Yes. And to celebrate the world first announcement of GeoCoin, that's right. We didn't plan this ahead of time, but we're going to pretend that we did because why the hell wouldn't we? We're professionals. Let's do a poster giveaway.
Let's do it.
All right.
You wanted to do?
Should we do next review?
Oh, let's do that. Next person.
There's probably some readers here on the stream. They can leave a review.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody, go into CryptoComics, and
that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Cell phones, sir.
Do you remember the rules, M. Scott Russell?
Yeah.
Go ahead and go to CryptoComics. Next person to leave a review is going to win. You know what? We're stepping it up. They're going to win a Wayward Astronomer t-shirt.
Ooh. Can we throw in a poster with it?
Jeez.
I think that's man. Combo deal for the review.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Gio's even wearing
the
this
shirt. It is amazing. It promotes something that I individually created, and there is absolutely no bias in this endorsement. However, pretty sweet. So, if you want to be pretty sweet, you should get a t-shirt.
If you want to be as good looking as Gio, featured on the one and only GeoCoin, get yourself a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a question in chat real quick here. Where do I use the code again? On your dashboard in CryptoComics.com. And if you do not have an account on CryptoComics.com, there's a little URL sliding across the bottom of the screen. It's CryptoComics.com/u/glitchman87. That's actually Gio's profile. You can sign up for free right now. Mm-hmm. Join us for the beta. Check everything out. Pick up Wayward Astronomer. Leave a review. Tell him how much you love him. Tell him how much you love his face. That's what I should have done. Next person that does a review talking about Gio's face wins a shirt.
Oh,
But that's okay. It's a
Look
missed
at
opportunity at this point.
my first and only badge is GeoCoin.
Yes,
Oh.
Big C.
Somebody did that. Oh, that's messed up. I got
Thank you.
a Minky
Thank you,
sticker
Minky.
sitting here.
Thank you very much.
Good quality stickers, Minxie Doodle. Very big fan.
Minxie is awesome. She makes amazing art. Nothing but good things to say about her.
She made an awesome bob for us. I gotta grab it. Let me see. Give me just a second. I can't decide what to stick it on yet.
It looks like somebody left a review here.
Ooh. Oh, we got a new review.
Love that sticker. Uh-oh.
This one came out tonight by...
Who was it? Rearmed Dreamer.
Rearmed Dreamer.
Thank you, Rearmed.
Living that best life.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Let's see, what platform is Rearmed on?
I know that they're on Twitter because I saw the art that they shared with me, and I can share their with you if that's
okay.
Cool.
Yep. Well, I see they just commented, said, I wasn't expecting to be the first there. Well, you're fast. You're very, very fast. Everybody else can still leave reviews. Gio can use them. Hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
Rearmed. While you're in the system, you'll see a contact us form on your dashboard. Feel free to use that. Shoot us over your shipping address and your shirt size. We'll make sure we get you in.
Now, did Rearmed get both a poster and a T-shirt?
I guess that's what Matt said.
He's always yelling at me. You need to give more stuff away. So when I do, he's like, "No, bad." So
that's not true. He doesn't spur of the moment. He doesn't.
Why does Fry hate people?
I don't know. I think Fry is a bad guy.
Ow!
They're like, I love this comic. If only someone would give me a poster. And Fry's like, no.
Oh, that feels kind of brutal. David, why are you laughing?
Because no matter what you do, don't you know it'll never ever be enough?
I know. That's how it feels. Oof.
So, Gio, I gotta ask, what is the first thing you ever wrote? Did you write when you were in school, or was that just?
Yeah. So I didn't do much writing until college, and then in college I was roommates with a bunch of friends, and my one of my best friends in the world, Lee. He was like, "Hey, Gio, I do this Star Trek RPG thing, but it's not like a video game RPG. It's like a play by email game where you're a character. We all send emails to one another, and we each play our own character on the ship." And I was like, that sounds pretty cool. I love Star Trek. I can make a character. So I actually, made a character, as part of this whole, in the Star Trek universe, it's called the simming community, but it's basically a text-only, non-rule set RPG where the captain of the ship is kind of like the game master or DM of the campaign, and everyone else plays a specific person on the ship, and you're all interacting with one another. So I made my character, and I was one of the crew members of the ship, and we were doing this for a few years. And we also moved from Star Trek to the Fallout universe in a post-apocalyptic RPG, but same vein, It was over at the time IRC, which is like a primitive version of Discord. But I got in the role over a few years of writing a specific character, interacting with other characters, and that's where I kind of cut my teeth on just writing, I guess, fiction. And the reason that Wayward is written in third-person limited perspective is because that's where I'm most comfortable. The camera is focused on one character. The lens is through one character's eyes. And I'm not cutting back and forth and now in the Temple of Doom, the bad guy going, "Mwahahaha, if only the heroes knew I was about to destroy them." with my laser beam. And, but instead
what's wrong with the Temple of Doom?
Look, M. Scott Russell, please don't ask questions. Purchase GeoCoin today. Secure your future.
Already done. Got the badge.
But keeping the camera focused on one character was really useful for me because it's not like I have to show everyone all the things happening. I can be like, well, what does Hal know? Well, Hal knows this and not much else. It's like, okay, well, he only knows pretty much jack shit. What would he do next? Oh, I guess he'd go to the police to see what the hell's going on. So he goes to the police, and they're not very helpful. So he's like, oh, crap. Okay, I guess I'll go, reach out to an old friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while. So that kind of like helped organically, move the story forward in a way that wasn't, preconceived or constructed ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
It helped with me, helped with kind of just the organic flow of everything. And my original background in these different kind of like text-only RPG systems really helped because I was responsible for a single character as part of this bigger group, and the story was built around everyone.
Okay. Huh. So what's actually like your process? I mean, do you have a set time, you sit down, I'm going to write now, or is it just like, how does that work?
So it's not like a concrete process that's like prescribed to such, concrete, times and dates, but most of the writing I do is late at night. All the distractions of the day are done. It's 10 p.m. I'm just sitting in front of my keyboard. I've got some music playing, some chill music. I've got a drink.
Why do you choose Cher?
Cher?
Yeah.
The music?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Is it just me that does that? I felt like we were having a moment there, Gio. I'm sorry.
I was so out of left field. My bad. Okay.
What?
Continue.
If it was you, I'd say Sarah McLachlan.
Hey, just because that one time he did
Wayward was written quite frequently to music from a band called God is an Astronaut.
I need to hear
they're
that.
an Irish band that is almost entirely instrumental. It's
really
a lot of it's really good background music. And I wrote most of the book to essentially music like theirs or chill step or other something where it's like it's in the background, it's present, but it's not like taking center stage, right? I can still think, I can still hear myself think, and some of the biggest, most impactful moments of the book were written at like 2:30 in the morning. When I had work, the next Tuesday, and some of the moments of the book, because I was like, I didn't like plan it all ahead of time. Like, there's a couple powerful moments where there were a couple times where like there was one time I cried myself to sleep because like so much emotional stuff had happened.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have time to process it. It was the middle of the night. And that was the end of my night. Is I wrote the chapter and I cried myself to sleep because it was like so much emotional outpouring and there was nothing left. And
that's incredible.
That's why I really believe in the power of storytelling, because it's not simply some construction for entertainment. It's like we're all discovering this together. And you think like, well, Gio, you wrote the book. Like, why are you being so lame about this? It's like, well, I didn't know what was going to happen until it happened. And yeah, I typed the words, but in some sense, I'm a passenger on this journey, just like you are. And that's not something I understood until I experienced it for myself. And then I was like, wow, yeah, sometimes things happen, and it's not even like good things. Like, it's really bad things that happen, and people make mistakes, and lives are changed, and it's not,
I get it, man. It's like that one time I proposed to M. Scott Russell and he told me no.
If you were prettier,
Dude. All right, now we're going right into the next question. Gio, are you a civilized writer or an absolutely batshit feral writer?
So I guess I don't understand fully, what's meant by both of those, but
I've hung out with him off of stream. It's batshit feral.
Yeah.
All right.
I think what Minxie is getting at is are your thoughts really well organized as you sit down and you start going, or do you kind of hammer it out as you're going and you just kind of whittle
it as I go? I guess batshit feral in that sense. And
nice.
Some of the criticism I've received from my book is like, oh, well, if you only thought about this more, or planned this out more, it would have been better.
We'll cut them.
Well, and so yeah, for sure, fair point. Like if I knew everything that would have happened, I could have massaged everything to be really, really well aligned. But instead, it was more like I was discovering it as I went. So
I'm going to be honest with you, as a reader, I noticed that there are some rough areas in the book, but I felt like it really added emphasis to those specific points.
I thought it more added authenticity to it.
Yeah,
it wasn't
until you just said that. I thought that was purposely edited to get grungy and spots where you were supposed to be uncomfortable.
Honestly, Wayward in a lot of ways is kind of a case study in just seeing how someone develops over time as a writer, because it was a 4-year project for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I understand a distinct difference between my early chapters and my end of book chapters, where when I got 2/3 of the way through the book, there was the pavement had been laid. I knew where things were going. The characters had become who they were. And the last third of the book, the final 5 or 6 chapters, I wrote actually in incredibly quick succession in real life, because at that point, all of the elements that needed to come together had come together. And now all that needed to happen was to see where they went. And I didn't have to feel my way around it. You know what I mean? And the comment, Dominic says, how do you handle writer's block? Is early on, I just waited. A lot of times, I'd be in the shower in the morning getting ready for work, and I would have conversations between characters in my mind. And
that's called schizophrenia.
No, just because there's voices in my head doesn't mean they're not real and stuff.
My bad.
As long as you're not answering them back, I think you're supposed to be safe. Stephanie on Facebook says, Fry, do you ever drink freaking water? There's water and whiskey.
Is it drinking water, though?
So I feel like I'm fine. I haven't died yet. Let's see. Mixie says, spontaneous storytelling. Yeah. Rearmed Dreamer on Twitch says, you're not a proper story writer unless you've made yourself cry from your own yarn.
Yeah.
I think that's a very powerful statement, though, and very much true. I mean, especially as a reader, when you pick up something that's just a really moving novel, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it pulls all those emotions.
There's a pretty powerful moment, kind of 60% of the way through the book, middle of the book. And that's the moment I was referring to when I cried myself to sleep, because I felt like only at that moment did I actually fully understand the character that was a part of it. And then things changed forever after that. And how to say it? Everyone thinks of characters as their own little they play their role in this entertainment drama that is made for you. But I didn't know I didn't know what the ending of the play was going to be. I didn't even know what the second act was going to be. And it was only at that kind of inflection point that I understand the role that character played, or, the importance that they had. And when that kind of hits you all at once, it's a very powerful feeling. And, and it affected me, storytelling is a very powerful thing. And it's not just for the reader, but for the writer as well.
Yeah. So I have a quick question then on how that links over with David. David, after reading Wayward, I'm going to say for the first time or any time after that, did what Geo made in Wayward ever redirect anything that you had previously thought about in Dreamkeepers?
It's interesting because there's so much that I've got to put into the graphic novels and the Prelude comic that we have like the world constructed, but it's like if I fleshed out detail everywhere, I would have never gotten to like page 10 because we'd just be continuously filling in lore here and lore there. So having him write that book, like that started to fill in detail in places within the context of the universe that I hadn't had time to get into yet. And it was really interesting seeing it come to life in a way that was authentic and made sense and just meshed perfectly with everything. So just purely from a universal lore standpoint, it was really neat to see the world kind of start to live in someone else's imagination and build on itself. And it was just crazy. It was like watching magic happen.
So with that, is there going to be a sequel for Wayward? Are you working on another book that's still in the Dreamkeepers universe?
Original question, which I never actually answered. So I've got two writing projects going on right now. I've got one which is an original sci-fi universe from scratch that I've been working on. And the other is a Dreamkeepers universe related story, but it is not Wayward Astronomer 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I think Rearmed probably got it. The Wayward Geologist.
Well, now I can't use that.
That's got to change again. Thanks, Rearmed. He worked on that one for 3 years.
Tax accountant.
So let's go one at a time here. I want to hear about these separately, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So the first, you just said it's going to be an all original sci-fi.
Yeah. So
is it going to have cats?
No, it's essentially human characters.
Okay. So which one? Let me ask this then: is that going to come out before the new Wayward?
So I think that the Dreamkeepers universe book is where my attention is mostly at right now.
Nice.
David's actually really helped me a lot with some concept art, which helps spark a lot of imagination. But it's not Wayward Astronomer 2 where it's like, copy paste. Okay, now what happens to the same exact characters next? It's like, no, it's the same universe, but in some sense, like Hal and Mary, the protagonists of Wayward Astronomer, are insanely important and close to me. But also at the same time, they have their story. And it's time for a new character to discover his own story. So there might be like little Easter egg tie-ins or, other kind of small little, like if you read Wayward, like, oh yeah, I understand that. But the point isn't to like just copy paste a sequel on the end of the first book. It's to write a new story with a new character. And the new character is actually a detective in this world who used to be a soldier who actually fought in one of the battles from Wayward Astronomer. And now he's trying to untangle his own mystery and discover, what's going on with the world.
So what time frame would that fall into? Because, wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but Wayward happens just before Dreamkeepers.
Right.
In the overall timeline, right?
So Wayward happens like a year and a half before like kind of the volume 1 begins. The next book would be essentially beginning when the comics begin. It's like a year or so after the events of Wayward Astronomer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there going to be a crossover, David?
Potentially. I'm going to be talking with him probably more in detail once he gets things in higher resolution.
Now. We'll listen. We'll be quiet.
No, spoilers. I mean, I don't want to like force crossovers just for the sake of crossovers. But, we can look, and if there's an opportunity where it's like, oh, actually, this character would make sense to be in this context. And the other thing that I want to have with any crossovers is I want to make sure that the book you're reading never mandates that you have read a separate book to understand what's happening. Like I never want someone to just pick up a book that's in, and be reading through the series and they're like, I don't get what's happening in this part. This doesn't make sense. And then someone be like, oh, well, you see in this spin-off series, you have to have read this. And it's like, no. Everything has to make sense on the surface. And then if there's a crossover that could add like some extra depth and value to the people who do know what's going on, then that's just gravy.
I'm pretty sure that what we just heard was that myself and M. Scott Russell are going to be canon characters inside of Dreamkeepers.
Hey,
you heard it here first.
I'm down for that. Yep.
You sling me enough Geocoin, we'll talk.
You already just picked up $1 million. Come on now. How much more do you want?
Hey, and a quick shout out. I had mistaken earlier with the sticker. Minxie Doodle actually does these really, really badass art commissions. Right? During CouchCon, I remember catching I think I was able to catch 2 of them. They were pretty impressive. So if everybody's got a chance, make sure you go check out Minxie Doodle. I'm pretty sure she streams on her Twitch, but she can leave a link.
She's on Picardo.tv, Minxie Doodle on Twitter, and also, I mean, I've gotten some art from her before. She does a great job. She's very fast, easy to communicate with, and I highly recommend her.
Right on. Yeah, and my apologies, Minxie. I unfortunately mistaken you because my brain is garbage. It's kind of where we're at now. I work with him, Scott Russell, all the time.
Yeah, by the end of the week, dude. Yeah, his brain is mush. It's my fault.
Rearmed on Twitch says that's why I like the Wayward Astronomer. It works as its own standalone story.
Mm-hmm.
So, true story. I read Wayward and had not read Dreamkeepers at all because I thought Wayward was Dreamkeepers.
Nice.
Until like 3 months after I had given away Dreamkeeper stuff at conventions. And this guy got really upset with me. Because I was reading, I have like I have the copy of Wayward that I'd ordered off of Amazon like originally. And I was sitting there at the booth and we were just kind of hanging out. And this guy was like looking at some bookmarks that David Lilly had sent us. And I think we were at FanX. I'm not even sure which convention we were at. And I'm sitting there reading it, and I had just mentioned in passing, oh, sorry, I was caught up in Dreamkeepers. So, what can I help you with? And the guy's like, so that's not actually Dreamkeepers. That's Wayward Astronomer, and it's a part of it. And I sat there and was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I literally had no idea. You know what I mean? Because I was so into that book. And then I go back and I look at Dreamkeepers, and I'm like, oh, crap. Like, because it was like 2 days later, David uploaded Dreamkeepers Volume 1 into the system, and I was like, I'm such a moron. That's okay, though. I'm dumb like that sometimes.
All carefully coordinated. My practical joke has reached its fruition at last.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at this.
I just closed that out on accident. Sorry.
I'm actually drawing something for Geo right now while watching you guys.
Please be his face on a coin. Please. I do not want this joke to die.
You can't fight the future. You just have to embrace it. Accept Geo as the way that you get food, water, shelter, and housing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll reap the profits. This is the way.
Yes. It's the future. It is the future of currencies. Chris Brown says it will not kill you for now.
And
Chris,
sorry about that. I stepped on you, but I was going to say, I think we need to take a Geocoin as far as we can as a joke until we get the FTC actually knocking on his door.
I plan on it.
Minxie, you're just flattering me at this point. I'm just a white dude with glasses at this point,
Oh, that got racial.
Wow.
Not on this
going
stream,
that far.
Okay, I wasn't trying to do that, but okay, sure, yeah. Racial.
It's all right, Matt. He didn't mean anything. Stephanie on Facebook says, overload Geo. We try to. And somehow this dude is resilient as hell. Dude, on Monday,
I try to send things to fucking space, and it's a pain in the ass every day. So I'm used to a couple roadblocks.
On Monday, we thought we had you beat by bringing up the tassels and stuff. And then he gets on the stream before we start, and he's like, so I ordered some tassels on Amazon, but the adhesive just isn't the quality I was expecting.
It isn't. No, I've got some tassels right here. Because apparently that's what the, quote, the community demanded from me. Sure, yeah. Yeah, community, Amazon Prime tassels, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, they fall off your nipples. My man nipples are not well designed for these, and
it's an unfortunate circumstance. But you know what? A tip of the hat to you for actually going through with it. That is that is incredible. I understand now that we won't break.
I thought we established this before. I'm both hardcore and parkour.
We did. Yep. And now that you've absolutely proven it. Rearm said, remember, kids, we were there when Geocoin was birthed into the world. Hey, at one point, Bitcoin wasn't even worth a penny. Just think about that, okay?
That's true. You never know. You never know.
So if you're going to write something.
There you go. There's the next book title. Just a white dude with glasses. The autobiography. That's incredible.
I'm not legally allowed to use that now because you said that, and I'll have to pay you royalties.
This is fantastic. Stephanie on Facebook says,
Geocoin.
Geo, try eyelash glue. It works like a charm.
Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of eyelash glue over there. I'm just gonna go grab it real quick and glue my eyelashes together because that's what I do every day.
One needs such things when one has many disguises. Not that we are the same person, because we are not, but just if we were.
Right. One of these days, Geo's going to get on a stream. Yeah, Joe will get on a stream with the red hat on and just confuse the hell out of everybody. You're like, wait a minute.
When Dave and I are together in real life, you don't know who to shoot. You're like, oh my god, which one is the real Dave? You're like, I don't know.
Shoot him.
Look at
now. You know the only reason I have friends in real life.
To take the bullet, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
That is rough.
Diversions, I call them.
Well, I say we try to give one of your friends another giveaway here.
Let's
what do you guys say? Should we do another poster?
I think
Let's
so.
do another poster.
Now, you guys should have multiple posters to give away.
Oh, yeah.
I sent you 2 designs.
Yep. So we're doing 2 posters with anybody that's won. That is absolutely correct. Thank you, Gio. So you will get not 1, but 2 posters. Ooh. And that's right. Gio has personally touched them.
I have. Yes, I have.
Yep.
I mean, I haven't done anything else to authenticate them, but I did personally touch them in ways that you don't understand.
He breathes on them a little bit, which means there should be just enough DNA left over that once we can clone people, you can actually make your own pet Geo.
And since it's genetically tied to Geocoin, it's also your future financial security.
Hey, before we do this,
weird.
Before we actually do this giveaway,
right? That's how blockchain works.
So, Fry, if you could actually read this this great review for Wayward Astronomer.
Okay. Who was the review by? Was it the review from Vivid?
Is it the review from Vivid? Oh, a completely unbiased, 100% neutral review from someone that is not involved.
And they come on to say, I got Geocoin, and it's only going up. That's called addition, folks. Jokes aside, I genuinely love this novel, and I'm humbled Geo chose to set it in this universe. Oh.
Well, thank you, Dave, for delegitimizing the rest of your post after that first sentence.
No problem. I like to keep people guessing.
Yeah.
Which one does Dave really like? Minxie Doodle says, Geo sweat, it's on those posters. And then Rearmed comes in and puts ooh intensity. Oh, wow. It is always fun. Stephanie on Facebook says, did you wash your hands first, Geo?
Hey.
We're all hoping not. Makes Doodle says, "You've heard of Chia Pets. Now get ready for Geo Pets."
You have no idea how hard my name is in my industry, because Geo, GEO, is the shorthand for geosynchronous orbit. So like, oh yeah, we're gonna just put a satellite in geo, and then it'll be great.
You're like,
and I'm like, oh, wait, what? I'm here, guys. Like, how big is this satellite? The size of a bus?
you're like,
All right,
this wasn't the raise I was looking for, sir. That's weird. Everybody talks about doing that to me, but I don't have an excuse for it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I feel like now we need a commercial where it goes like Geo.
Geo.
Let's see. Vass says, did Dave's cam freeze? Conveniently, only when Geo's hand comes up into his camera. You see what just happened there? And then he lowers it down. And
Look, I'm not showing you guys my hands. No, I'm drawing art right now, really hard. I'm not even looking at it. I'm looking at you.
Now that is talent.
Doing the art.
Chris says Dave is in slideshow mode. That's all right. We can hear him, and this way you get to see what he's working on a little bit cleaner. So it's working for everybody.
Okay.
Minxie, you'd like to know in chat, Geo, can you handle a whole satellite?
Oh my god!
Don't ask dangerous questions. Okay.
Don't ask what you don't want to find the answers to. Rearmed goes in. Sure, jokes about aliens and probing or something here. Well, I think it's safe to say that Minxie's having a good time watching the stream tonight.
I feel like I'm learning a lot in this stream.
So satellites vary in size, just so you know.
Does it matter?
In the animal kingdom.
Oh, you know what? Next time I go on a date, that's my excuse. I'm just like, let me just start it out with this. Satellites vary in size, okay? I don't know if you were expecting Sputnik. There's where we're at.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, your
man.
masculinity is secure. You're good.
My marketing meeting at the beginning of next week is going to be hell. I hope you guys realize that. My whole team is going to be like, Fry, what happened? Where'd this get away from you?
I'm just gonna be sitting on that meeting, kind of giggling to myself, like he said satellite.
Like I'm gonna tell them all that Matt is actually Minxie in disguise.
Oh,
that Geo is David.
I don't know. I can see the resemblance right now. Just take the hat off. Show us who you are. Oh,
hey.
I wasn't gonna make this one come up on the screen, but I feel like I'm doing everybody an injustice at this point by not doing it. So thanks, Beth. Yeah, let's shove a giant bus-sized satellite up Geo's butt. He'll be fine, like that one guy from South Park, who is just fine. Wasn't that Cartman?
No, it was Kenny.
My friend. We've streamed together. We've laughed and cried together. And now you have gone too far with my butt. I'm afraid I have to cut you off. Sorry.
We're gonna have to block Vath. That's right. With how many times or how frequently Vath wins, it'll probably save me a fortune in shipping, to be honest with you at this point. Let's see. Brim says, "Oh Lord, I can't breathe. I haven't laughed so much in a while." Minxie says, "Explain." I don't think any of us should.
No, there is no explanation. There is no.
Minxie says, "I'm totally not only typing when his hands are down." I see how it is. Scott Russell looks right back up at the camera, like, huh? That says, "I've only won twice." Well, still,
one time too many, my friend.
Speaking of which, we said we were going to do 2 poster giveaway.
We should.
Won't let me win anything.
Let's do one. So, Vath, though, I'm going to be honest with you. You've already won these posters. So if you end up winning, I got to find you something else, which is, going with how this conversation has been tonight might not be the smartest thing. I'm going to wait till the next stream.
He's going to open up his mail and be like, are these tassels? What the hell?
I'm going to call the French embassy to get clarity.
Oh, Lord. Lol. Bite. That's not very nice.
Come on. I don't consent to that. That's
just mean. That's mean. You're going to hurt my feelings at this point. That's okay. You can still win. You're just going to have extra posters.
You have to deal with it.
You're cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to do a trivia? We've already done trivia. We've already done a book review. Let's see. Obviously, people are running through the system. Should we do a new one? Gio, why don't you pick your favorite fan that's in the chat?
My favorite fan in the chat?
Yeah.
How do I...
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. That would be terrible. I'm not going to do that. To answer Vath's question real quick, though, but if you want me to not participate, just tell me, LOL. Entirely up to you. Like I said, this is something that you have already won. So if you want to hold off on this one so that, give somebody else a chance, that'd be awesome. If not, I'm just going to double up your posters. So, it's totally up to you. And Minxie says, Vath wins again.
Well, Minxie has been active tonight and, commenting a lot. Maybe she can win the next giveaway.
Or how about we do this?
I like how you're just like, nah, or something else.
Or, yeah, okay.
I like where you're going.
Or I'm just a mask you put over everything.
I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let's see. We got... I'm trying to type real fast here. And Leslie. So let's see. We've got Minxie, Passagrass, or Passagress? Passagresser? I'm not really sure I'm supposed to pronounce that right there. Anyways, yeah, if you have commented in the last 1 minute, you won posters.
Oh,
really?
nice.
Oh, wow, really? The whole group?
Yeah, because everybody's active. So Leslie, Rearm Dreamer, you've already won, so you're covered. Vath, you've already won, so you are covered. Minxie, you have won. Passagrass. Yeah, so you guys win. Send us a message on the dashboard. You'll see a contact form. Make sure you get us your shipping address, and we'll get a shout out to you. Because that wasn't fair of me to make Gio pick favorites, and you're all favorites. And since you guys are active in the chat, there you go. There's plenty of people that are watching right now that aren't active, and now they're going to be like, oh, no, I said something. You didn't. I just read off the names. Start interacting. We do crazy shit.
That was awesome. I think that was one of my favorite giveaways that I've seen on CryptoComics stream so far. That was great.
Dave, please take your risks and your opinions and go somewhere else.
You get a poster. You all get posters. I know. We need an Oprah.
Prize the Oprah of comics.
You get bees. You get bees. Everybody gets bees.
Oh, hold on, though. Cranrier says, I'm half asleep.
Oh.
You could have typed half asleep. You're typing now. Not that much of an Oprah. Come on, man.
So, Dave, actually, I'm curious since I'm watching your stream right now. What are you working on?
Oh, I'm working on some Prelude comics because I've actually been putting Prelude on a bit of a hiatus this month since the Volume 5 campaign has kept us so insanely busy. But it's coming back on Halloween with the Halloween Prelude special, so I got to get a nice little backlog set up that I can immediately burn through. So I'm doing that now.
So how is that Indiegogo? Oh, my Lord. I pulled it up. I see how it's doing.
It's going
right now, right?
Holy.
It is going quite amazing, and we are halfway through the campaign, and we're also halfway to the ridiculously high stretch goal of more video game animation.
Nice.
M. Scott Russell jumped in chat and put, do I win? No, Matt.
Dang it. Come on.
That's not how winning works.
He never lets me win. It's not fair.
All right, let's see here. We need to get this viewer interaction up a little bit more. Have a little bit more fun. If you have backed already this Indiegogo campaign, let's do this. First person that can figure out how to make a astronaut helmet in chat will win a shirt.
What does that mean?
You got to do an ASCII astronaut helmet.
Oh, an ASCII astronaut helmet.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Because like I've worked with people who try to make spacesuits. It's not that easy.
Stephanie on Facebook says, my 12-year-old is watching with me and now yelling to read Wayward and Dreamkeepers. Thanks for draining my bank account, Gio.
Oh,
Stephanie, your children and your finances are your problem.
Wow.
Wow, that's actually really easy to say.
Yeah,
no,
that's
I only support 12-year-olds and their ability to read fiction. And here's a free book.
Let me come in as the good cop, Stephanie. You can go to CryptoComics.com where they can read the Wayward Astronomer and the Dreamkeeper's Guide for free. Unlike what that cruel monster was just telling you, you can have it all.
Oh my! Ouch!
Your 12-year-old might not be, up to date on the latest digital distribution channels. However, you are, because you're here, and you can go to CryptoComics, get Wayward, scroll through it, enjoy the book, and $0 from you.
Okay, Rearmed just put a little face with a little shuttle and put, does this count?
It's not really ASCII, though, is it?
No, it's not. And Rearmed, you already won a shirt, homie. You already won 2. They won a shirt on the Indiegogo launch. They won the big one. The big
Rearmed is incorrigible.
Just going for them. Going for the hookup, which
I
is
think
totally
Dave gets
fine,
a couple geocoins, though, as a bonus because he used the word incorrigible in a grammatically correct sense. And, can't take that away from him. That's a good word. That's a good word. You used it appropriately.
I've been waiting a long time to use that word properly.
This is the game. This is the game within the game, friends.
Leslie on Facebook says, my chat at work has a poll about NASA and their announcement coming on Monday and what we anticipate it being. Totally made me laugh my ass off with the talk of satellites in space. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably not the right answer for your work poll.
It's just, look, space, it's a great idea, but honestly, we got a set in LA. That's where we film everything. Everyone knows you can't go to space.
What happened to Geo tonight, guys?
Look,
like the crusher of dreams all of a sudden, Geo. Oh, man. Stephanie comes back and says, I am, though. Well, thank you for checking out on CryptoComics.com, Stephanie. We appreciate it, even if Geo acts like he doesn't. But now I think you know what kind of review to leave him. Might be his first negative one he's gotten on the system.
Gio was kind of an asshole.
Rearm says, I know, just being cheeky. So yeah, we'll keep that one out there. But I do appreciate the comedy, Rearm. Unbelievably. This one is mine is the Among Us spacesuit. I feel like I got to take that, right? I mean, that's
all right.
You know what? Yep,
I think
that's
so.
gonna win. We're gonna do that. So make sure when you shoot us over your address, you include your shirt size, and we will get you a Wayward Astronomer shirt.
Nice.
Thank you, Pastor Dress. And you are totally not the imposter.
A little sus. A little sus. Right?
Suits?
I think that's what my kids
you're totally down with the lingo of the days there.
Dude,
Fry.
I got kids. I know what's up.
Dude,
I don't have time to play that game. I'm still trying to bounce from bat to bat on the damn Dreamkeepers game. Are you kidding me? I broke 3 controllers on that game. Because I was like, you know what? Maybe it's the keyboard controls. I'm just not used to that. So I reconfigured an Xbox controller to hit those keys instead. I still suck. I'm still terrible.
I've got a tip. This is what helped me because I couldn't do it either until the developer told me to do this. When you jump, continue holding down spacebar, the jump button, So don't let the jump button back up. Just keep holding it down and use the arrow keys to just navigate and adjust the left and right. And then it's easier to bounce over them.
Damn it, Matt. We already gave away the shirt. What are you doing, Matt?
So great advice, Dave. Also, Matt, come on, dude.
Excellent advice, though, Dave. Thank you. That's actually really going to help me.
M. Scott Russell, do you actually want to make things succeed, or are you just here to see the world burn? Because
the problem is we made him business cards like 2 years ago, and he just keeps showing up for work. Have you ever seen Office Space? He's the dude with the stapler.
Have you seen my stapler?
We cut his paychecks 4 months ago. We're just letting time take its course at this point. So let's see. Minxie asks, where do I send my contact info for my, quote, totally Geo's favorite, unquote, poster? So on CryptoComics.com, when you go onto your dashboard, here, let me show it really quick.
There you go.
We have this fantastic little contact form right here. You just send us info right there. That'll come directly over to us. Totally safe, totally good to go, and we are totally not going to spam you with a bunch of crap.
Hey, since you're right there, why don't you show them where to put in the code for the GeoCoin?
You will put GeoCoin right here. It's not going to accept it for me because I have already claimed it.
We still love you. It's okay.
Then you'll get this lovely GeoCoin that says, this is only going up. It's just addition. That's like the best SEO metadata possible for our dashboard. We're going to have the FCC being like, which currency is only going up? You guys are trying to advertise here? And I'm going to be like, Matt, phone's for you.
Hello?
Cyrus the Great 78 says, I like magic.
Oh.
Let's see here. Pass comes back, says, awesome, I'll hit you up on crypto now. And yeah, I am not the imposter. I've got my doubts.
That's exactly what the imposter would say, though, right?
Exactly what the imposter would say.
Hey, I've said nothing.
Core says, I got to the third bat, found it easier kicking the bats after the roll jump. Oh, that's a good idea because it does the whole animation after 4 hours. That was the most embarrassing thing too, because everybody on my team is like, okay, if we're gonna do a game, have Fry do it. He's the only one that plays games, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got this. It's a platformer, no problem. Yeah, and then I'm just getting my ass handed to me, like on the live stream. All those people watching, everybody's just like,
don't tell me. I told the developer to add a ladder on the side. I told him, just put a ladder there. I know that you want people to earn it. I know you have like these game design ideas of yours. Just put a ladder, and next to it, put a sign that says only dumb morons use this ladder. Okay, is that good enough? No ladder.
You know what though? Like because of that element, I have gone back and played that game so many times. So it worked. They were right. I just got really irritated that I looked like a moron on stream.
It was so great. So great.
You're not the only one. Game. A lot of people have trouble with the bats. They are hated bats.
Yeah, so it took me some time as well, but I think for anyone uninitiated, we're talking about the Dreamkeepers video game engine demo that's available now for free as part of the Dreamkeepers Volume 5 Indiegogo campaign. And the Dreamkeepers video game, we're in an engine demo right now, but the engine has actually got a lot of cool features. Like this, it's actually like a physics simulation when it comes to jumping and moving and doing stuff, and that also makes it hard. Yeah, it's hard to just jump off of bats when physics is involved. But as someone who's personally just used 4 different bats in succession to jump up to a higher elevation, I can tell you can accomplish it if you take time.
And it is fun as hell. I mean, holy crap, that game is fun.
Oh,
I think
we
my
still- we-
favorite part is when Ravat ends up showing up, and you've got the lighting of his cigar in the darkness,
Yes.
and it's like, ooh, cool.
Looks so good.
That's
And
really
you start
cool.
getting closer and you can see like the lighting
Yeah.
refracting off the animation. And yeah. Yep, it's pretty sweet. Actually, I think is that in the new promo trailer? I think that clip is actually in the new promo trailer.
I believe it is, yeah. And I can also say when it comes to the amount of time we put into that level design and even like the fine tuning of the controls for Mace, that's like 0.01% of the time. We were just like scrambling on that within the last few days. The vast majority of the time went into actually building the engine and the various components that don't even have any functionality in that demo because they're just under the hood. But there's so much like that's gone into the physics simulation and the rendering engine. There's like lighting effects that we can have. There's like bloom and different things. And on top of that, oh man, like there's so much to this game and we barely had time to throw something together. So the fact that this rapidly thrown together test demo is working at all is very cool. But I mean, now that we've got the basic structure of the engine down, we should really be able to do some cool stuff when we start developing the game itself.
It's cool. Let me check here real quick in chat. On Twitch, Rearmed Dreamer says the form's not working, but I think you guys got my info. I do have your info, Rearmed, so you're good to go. If you are having an issue with the form, be sure to let us know, and I will make sure we get that figured out. Because it should work. Let's see. Pass comes back, says, no, I'm not the imposter. And Gio, why is your name red?
I mean, what do you have against the color red?
Ooh.
It's a main color in the spectrum. Come on.
Andrew Dodge asks, where do you put the code in again for the help badge? I think we just answered that before, but let me show it one more time. It's going to be right here on your badges. Kind of hard to see on that screen.
It's right there on that main dashboard.
Main dashboard.
Code GeoCoin.
My badge is GeoCoin.
Okay. Let's keep going here. We got people that are saying, bam, magic has been done.
Vath, you changed your profile picture just to be stealthy, man. Come on.
Leslie goes on to say, I highly doubt the poll is the same context, hence why I'm laughing so hard. The irony is quite epic. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with everybody's comments here.
Man, these comments are going crazy.
Rearm says, as a game dev, I can appreciate making games challenging. Oh, I'll bet, man. But these guys are doing such a good job. Oh, somebody's trying to let me know that I can become famous by buying followers.
Oh, wow. That's how you do it. Yeah.
It only takes a couple GeoCoins. That's all it is.
I mean, it's just addition.
It's
I'll tell you what, TXBA1F7ST1200. I will trade you 0.1 GeoCoin for 10,000 followers. But only on M. Scott Russell's OnlyFans account.
I'm what?
That's the only way I'm making this trade. Only way I'm making this trade. Rearmed comes back and says, sus. See, I said it right that time.
No, you said Seuss. You said he's a Seuss chef.
You know, I can spell too.
No, that's fine.
No, you can't.
You're totally legit and appreciated and respected by the internet community from ages 20 to 35.
I am huge on the demographic that is inside of retirement homes. I'll have you know. Pat says, I just left a message on the CryptoComics Dash. Hopefully I did it in the right spot and you get it. I can't actually check that right now because we're on stream, but we will get a hold of you through the account later if we haven't heard from you. Stephanie from Facebook says, is there a crypto app in the future? Yeah, there will be. I mean, technically, to answer that question, there's a lot of crypto apps now, but there'll be a CryptoComics app in the future.
Right.
Most definitely. Vath says, yes, I did. Geo, damn you, seeing through my disguise.
Vath, we've been through this. Come on.
This is great. If anything summarizes this entire stream, it's this comment right here. Rearmed Dreamer says, GeoCoins, the only true currency.
Look, I mean, the world is a complex place. All these different nations, all these different cultures, all these different economies, but blah, 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 whatever. Geo is the future. And if you embrace the future and you believe in the future, then you will believe in GeoCoin. And GeoCoin is not just money. It is your life.
All
I
right,
mean, not
you
only
hit it
that,
her
it's your
first.
social status, in immediate social status. You have one geocoin. You know how much cooler you are.
I mean, like
Oh,
it was like
God.
all kind of like, you know, idealistic, like, you know, sunglasses, you know, textures. It was great. It's really good.
Yeah,
And like just a little bit for my nose. It's really good.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
So Geo's out there fixing the economy and everything. I say Geo for president.
Geo
Who's winning?
2020. You heard it here.
You know, it's funny.
Stephanie says, "Do we start building Geo statues now?"
Yes, yes, you
I
do.
don't see why
He
not.
prefers marble.
So I had a telecon pretty recently, and my boss was like, "Hey, Geo, you should totally be a politician." And I was like, "Oh, great! So I should just totally hate myself and everything in the world and die now."
You know, when he's going to be running for president, he's going to be like, "Hey guys, you know that video we did a long time ago where you mentioned the tassels? Get rid of it."
And we will, Geo, for the low, low price of all your geocoin.
Look,
But it looks like, real quick, I found a commercial for the video game we were talking about earlier. I'm going to go ahead and play
Ooh.
that
let's do it.
so
Please.
everybody can check this out because it is pretty badass.
Are you tired of the same old pixels?
Buckle up, Buttercup.
It's Dreamkeepers, the video game. Blast processing allows you to smack bats, jump on bats, and roll down hills like that other furry critter. Meet your favorite friends and most dreaded enemies and save the dream world from the despicable nightmares. Pick up the demo today for free on DreamkeepersComic.com. Restrictions apply. See order for details. Your first trial will be offered to see.
I absolutely love the end of that. I'm assuming that Hazen Cruz did that one as well.
You may
So good.
be assuming right. He's a magical man.
Oh God, it's so
so
funny.
funny.
Sunday.
I love it. Like,
Yeah.
you can roll around like that other furry creature.
That's the
Like,
nice
oh,
thing
come
about running our own company like that is like when it comes down to like greenlighting advertisement, we can brainstorm the dumb ideas that make us laugh and then be like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I've heard that on those little meetings that we have to do. I use that very, very loosely because as soon as Hazen Cruz just starts kicking in, everybody else just gets quiet. We all just start cracking the hell up. That man is too funny. Well, and the fact that he can do those voices like on a whim and it just changes pitch and everything so frequently. Like, did you guys realize that Jared thought he was changing his voice the entire time?
Wait, really?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Jared's like, so Fry, how do I do that? Is that like an app? And I'm like, yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Go through and get all the rest of your stuff set up, and then I'll walk you through it. Just because it's taken him like 2 months to get his monitors ordered that he needs.
Yeah.
So,
So
if you do talk to Jared, don't tell him. Don't tell him. You know what I mean? The poor
will
guy
say,
still
if you
thinks
really-
I can edit live videos.
if you really want to like have your mind blown, dig up Hazen's voice reel that he does. It sounds like it's a dozen different
Voice reel
people
is
on
so
there.
good. No,
Yeah.
seriously, like so Hazen, you know, like I know the whole Sunday. Oh, Coach Con.
Yes.
Explosion. But you know,
I think we have that ready,
to
too.
his demo reel as a voice actor, and the range that he has is really impressive. And as someone who is not a voice actor, who has a particular set of vocal cords, it's like, how can you actually realistically hit, you know, these different elements? And it's effortless for him. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll just sit here and talk about things in my own monotone. And yeah,
This
he does a good job.
This man's YouTube channel is interesting. We're just going to do it. We're going to do a full throw out here. So here's Hayes Cruz's YouTube channel.
Oh,
yeah. The BNA anime will make you furry. Blessed Furry Weeb Fusion. Seinfeld for shut-ins. Neckbeard reviews. I love that name. That's such a good name for a review show. Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, The Tragedy, or A Tragedy. Super Kamikaze Pros. The names alone on these videos are brilliant. I mean, Prepare to Cry, The Waning King. Someone Worse Than Me at PvP. Ass Cornholio. Like, these are just brilliant. These are great.
yeah. No, he's a very, very rich well of talent, and that's one of the things that, especially recent years, it's been really exciting watching this happen. We started out, we're just making comics and books that we like, but Hayes and Cruz, Rearmed Dreamer, these guys are helping us out on these things. Like, it's really starting to pull in some serious talent, and it's just kind of exciting seeing things kick off. It's like gravity. It's like you get a few particles in space floating around, and they might bump into each other, but then once they kind of clump together, they attract a little more with a little more force, and then it just starts to really build on itself and gain momentum. And it feels like it's at the point where just the community around CryptoComics and Dreamkeepers and this whole like little region, Minxie Doodle, it's just there's a lot of talent coming together, and it's a very exciting place to be. I think there's a lot of possibilities here that we don't even know what they are yet, but they're forming up just because of the people that are coming together.
Well, I got to throw a challenge out for everybody. On CryptoComics right now, Wayward Astronomer is currently sitting at number 8. Not on this week, not on what's trending, but of all time. That is every comic that we have live in the system right now. Wayward Astronomer is at number 8, which, yes, in itself, is that badass? Oh, yes, very, very much so. I think we can get a little bit higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think so.
I did not expect that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Oh, look at that. His head got a little bit bigger on that one. Yeah. What is 8th place worth? Geocoin
going up. That's come on.
Yeah, so if you guys have a chance, make sure you share that out. Let your friends know about the book. Most definitely. The major thing is what we're hoping is that people will read it and want to grab a copy of it. And I think Amazon, is that right, Gio? Yep. Amazon right now is the best place. So
Amazon's the best place. I mean, there is the website, thewaywardastronomer.com. You can buy it direct from my warehouse, and I get more money from that. But honestly, Amazon
do that.
is kind of like where a lot of people use Amazon, right? So even if I don't make as much money from Amazon as a purchase from Amazon and a review from Amazon is actually immensely worthwhile. And I'm very, very grateful for the people who bought my book from Amazon and left a review, because that's how you move forward in the world, right?
Absolutely.
I'm just absolutely blown away by, like, there's 76 people who left reviews for the book, and I don't know what the conversion rate is for reviews for books, but that really impressed me. And the thoughts that people shared through their reviews has actually been very thoughtful and very important. And it's really been great to see, because, a great story is something that can really shape you in a lot of ways. And I won't try to overstate my book compared to other books, but for people to take time out of their daily lives, with whatever they're doing, with their job, with their family, and so on, and write, this, short paragraph saying, "Hey, this book was great." It's I'm so thankful for my readers for doing that, because you didn't need to do that. There's no one saying, "Oh, go write a review right now." Right. You spent the time to take out of your daily life and all the things that are important to you to write about this book. I'm just so immensely thankful for those people who did that, because telling is important. And I don't know what else to say other than I'm immensely grateful for that.
Well, I think it's a badass book, and I think it's well deserved, to be honest with you, Gio.
Yeah.
And I think everybody on my team I know would totally agree with me. I know everybody on the Vivid team that you're already a part of would agree with that statement. And I can tell you that just seeing in your Discord, the active fan community and stuff like that, every one of them totally believes in it. I mean, yes, I completely agree with you as far as on the book reviews. And to anybody that's watching, if you can leave a review on CryptoComics, we totally appreciate that. That way,
it helps more than you realize. You know, there's an independent creator out there making something great that you enjoy. Please, you know, tell them that you enjoy it and share with the world that you enjoy it, because it might not seem like much, but it's a lot, especially for an independent creator who's dependent upon their readership to spread the word and not some sort of other overarching structure. You absolutely give them your time if you can, because it helps more than you think.
Mm-hmm. Well, one other thing though is I've seen in that Discord where people are doing fan art based off of your book. They're doing their own stories. I've seen people that are actively working on everything from, let's see, I know I saw somebody that was designing a sticker around it. I've seen somebody who was talking about how the very first commission that they got was actually a character from Wayward, from the last Couch Con, I believe it was. Like I've seen people put things up in the Discord where they actively say, "Hey, look, this is the first time I've shared my art," and it was, you know, something from Wayward. Like, I think that those reviews, well, yes, they're absolutely very important. Like, the stuff that's going on around your book is so mind blowing outside of those reviews. You've got some seriously cool,
you know, anyone who's an artist, you know, even if you never written a review, you know, imagery is so powerful, and I'm so humbled. Like, I don't know how to describe the feelings I felt the first time I saw like kind of like external art of my characters made by other readers or other fans. Like, it's not just a picture. It's more than that. And, you know, my characters are very important to me because I'm the author, and obviously, but like seeing some other person completely unprompted say like, oh yeah, these characters are great. Like, I want to create them. I want to show them. I want to share them with the world. Like, that's such a powerful thing. And I don't want it to be underestimated. Like, this isn't about like likes and retweets and like some other like social media, you know, metric that you define things by. It's like, when I've seen other people make my characters completely unprompted, like, that's a very powerful thing as a creator.
right?
And you know, other creators who have their own characters, I'm sure, feel similarly about that.
Oh yeah.
It's not like pure fandom. It's not pure, like, you know, shallow, like, oh, it's so popular. You know, it's like, no.
Oh, you sounded like Trump just then. I'm just saying. You should be a politician.
Rearm holds up aw sign.
Rearm, thank you for
That's
the art you made. It touched me. Thank you very much.
And then Minxie comes back with Trump crossed with comic book guy.
Do I have to start dyeing my hair now? Is that what's happening? Like,
I think maybe.
I wish that comment would have happened earlier. I totally would have put like a Trump wig on you on the Geo coin. We would have had fun with that one, but
yeah, people say, "Oh, Geo, you should totally do politics," but like, oh my god, it seems like such a circus. Like,
I mean, it's I think at this point it's just an insult contest, right?
Yeah,
and you're totally winning.
So
my hair is better than your hair, and you're stupid, and go lose, you stupid person.
You say,
hey, it's not bad.
Politics is a circus.
But what about America, Dave?
I'm sorry, David. I thought this was America.
No. First, you need to denigrate your opponent. Building up a positive image is a secondary feature, but you have to make sure that people feel physically uncomfortable voting for the bad person. And negative branding is very powerful. You have to play on the strongest human emotion, which is fear. That's critical. Politics is a great field.
Dave, I just want you to know, if you don't vote for me, I'll write a book about how stupid you are and how you're. And it's actually such a poo-poo head and full of poo that everyone will hate you, and you smell bad and you look bad. You look like someone who looks like their head is full of poo, and you're bad. The end.
You're a little too good at this, man. Powerful.
Yep. He should be in politics.
I feel like you've already won at this point.
I mean, that was pretty dominant. I would vote for that.
It's hard not to. Geo 2020. I thought this was America. Well, it looks like we found Geo's campaign reel.
For what? Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America?
I mean, I feel like the tassels were missing, but that's okay.
It's okay. You can't have everything. You have to compromise in politics. That's how it works, human.
I don't think the politicians know that though.
You never know. Andrew Dodge on chat says, totally excited to add the Wayward Astronomer to my collection. Your order number is 1119753. Not sure if you probably shouldn't have shared the order number, and I probably shouldn't have read it. Now that I'm thinking about that, that's future. Yeah, let's not show.
Thank you for the order. I appreciate that.
That's cool.
Don't put yourself in a vulnerable position though for me. But thank you. I hope you enjoy the story.
Well, that dude broke his ankle on the last stream.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Oh, I remember. I was messaging him after the show. I was like, dude, the hell?
He was like doing jumping jacks, watching M. Scott Russell, and he's like, "Oh my god, I have to do this for."
Yeah, he's just like, I broke my ankle, but I'm still watching. I'm just not going to be able to comment. We're like, what the hell, bro? Get off the screen.
Like, hospital. I thought that your life was you, dude, and you could like take care of like important things because we're just guys on the internet,
We'll still be here while you're at the hospital. It's okay.
Man, I hope you heal up. I hope everything's good.
So we've talked about going to the waywardastronomer.com. Is that right?
Yep.
Right URL. You can search for Wayward Astronomer on Amazon. Or you can go to cryptocomics.com/u/glitchman87, just like on the bottom of your screen. And you can sign up for free and read Wayward Astronomer. Make sure you leave a review if you do that. We appreciate it. The other place that you'll be able to find Geo is CouchCon.
Ooh.
So
it's going to be epic.
I'm going to let everybody know tassels are optional, but highly welcomed. So we are very, very proud to be sponsoring this. Super, super, super proud to be able to work with these guys. They're awesome. They're amazing. Everything they do seems to just go on like with the coolest crowd of people. I mean, just everyone welcoming everyone having fun. It was awesome on the last one. Can't wait for this new one. It's going to be December 4th through the 6th. Yes, tassels are optional. I saw that.
Yeah, totally hashtag optional.
There's going to be vendors, artists, live commissions from Minxie that has optional tassels. So make sure you go over and subscribe to Minxie on Twitch and ask about the tassels being optional. You can check everything out on twitter.com/vividcouchcon. That's where you can get updates on anybody that's being announced. I think the panels are getting ready to get announced. I think a lot of the vendors are getting ready to get announced. A lot of the artists and a lot of live commissions that are be coming through. And we've got a lot of really, really, really cool stuff.
Totally.
On that.
So excited for the winter. As a CouchCon staff member, there's been a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't see to, elevate CouchCon from the summer to this next event. And we want everyone to enjoy it. Like the whole point of the convention is bringing that real world convention feel and
with tassels
accessibility to the internet at large. And, it's easy to say platitudes like, oh yeah, we're the hashtag #1 online convention or whatever. But we're genuinely working to try to bring good content, good creators, an accessible format, to people in the world. And I know, like, COVID, 2020 has really been a curveball for basically everybody.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Oh God, it sucks so bad. Like, I've had so many conventions canceled for me. I go to so many each year, and I'm like, no.
Imagine the tassel industry. They're hurting, guys.
They're hurting.
What is up with you and the tassels?
I'm just saying, let's do what we can to support them.
So for people who don't know, apparently I am the spokesperson for the tassel industry in North America. And as someone who is deeply personally connected to the tassel industry, please support your local creators, because their tassels, our tassels.
Gio, don't sell yourself short, man. It's not just North America. You have parts of Spain too. Come on.
But so CouchCon, it's an online convention. We're trying to bring you that same in-person convention experience in a virtual environment. And everyone's trying to navigate this together. So we rely on the community to help us grow. We rely on really talented creators and producers to share their works with the world. And if you believe in GeoCoin, which is only going up at this point, you should buy commission from Minxie, because if you don't, then your ROI is going to be kind of.
And with that note, we're going to close out this stream. Make sure you come back and check out CouchCon. Once again, we're going to start having a lot of ads popping up for that thing all over the place. Make sure you go subscribe to Vivid Publishing across every platform that you've ever heard of, because he's there.
And even some that you haven't.
Yep. Make sure you tell David that we sent you and that you love him, or that we love him. Whatever you're more comfortable with. We're fine with it.
Right. It's
and
your grandmother. Whatever.
Just to prove who sent you, go ahead and when you're signing up for whatever social media, send them a picture of the tassels. They'll understand. They will send you free GeoCoin. I promise you.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I'm afraid for the future now.
The only way that you guys can actually get GeoCoins, though, is if you follow that up by sending a picture of your feet to mscottrussell@CryptoComics.com. That being said, we're going to go ahead and close out the stream. Thank everybody for coming. Thank you, David, for joining us. Thank you, Gio, always for joining us, man. It's so much fun. Thank you, M. Scott Russell, for not tasing me through this thing. And make sure you like, subscribe, share this out. Later, guys.